Hi, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming to the webinar today. Today we're going to talk about cause marketing. So what is cause marketing? Cause marketing is a partnership between you and your local business with a local organization or a social cause that's in your area. Through that partnership, you are then able to promote your products and services to the supporters of the program, whether it's supporters of the organization, depending on the type of organization that it is. There could be volunteers. It could give the local business an ability to be able to reach a number of people to get their brand awareness out there. So cause marketing also helps your business gain a positive image. You guys are just starting out. You are a new business. It's really important that we get Lawn Doctor out there in a positive way, and we can do that through cause marketing. Cause marketing is extremely important not only for your business from a financial aspect when it comes to increasing your revenue, but really coming out of the gate, increasing brand awareness. You want to spread awareness on the organization that you are representing. So some additional benefits are increased connection with the public. So you're going to have people in your community that might already support the organization that you are also interested in supporting. So that's going to give you and your potential consumer already something that you guys are both interested in. You basically want to support the community that supports you. So cause marketing unites franchisees with their employees, with communities, and it conveys a positive brand image. So it's extremely important for you guys to do this as a new business. And we're going to talk about through this webinar how we can help you guys get out there to do this, the types of organizations you can partner with, and how we can accomplish this. So there's a number of, you guys have probably seen them. There's a number of companies that already do cause marketing as a way to increase brand awareness, but also increase profit at the same time. I know that I've seen Coca-Cola. They've been partnering with the World Wildlife Fund to protect polar bears. I know Walmart. They partner with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. And even some of our other fellow franchising companies like Molly Maids, they support a lot of local domestic violence shelters. And then you guys on your daily, errand runs, you probably see a lot of companies that do some sort of cause marketing in what they're doing. So I want to talk about some specific examples of some other companies that I've come across and done some research on as well to see sort of, the success of their programs. One of them is Starbucks. Some of you have probably seen this, but they team up with RED to raise funding for the Global Fund to fight AIDS on World AIDS Day. Part of the campaign, Starbucks donates 10 cents for every beverage sold in the U.S. as well as Canada. And through this initiative, they have raised $12 million in donations through the RED program. They use a RED cup, which I think helps increase brand awareness as well. When people are out and they're carrying the RED cup, they know that they tie that to the RED program fighting AIDS. Another one that you may be familiar with, it's very popular in New Jersey, is the Jersey Mike's franchising company. So they do a lot with cause marketing. One of the first things that they do for every new store that opens is that they partner with a local charity in their community. They also, in the month of March, that's when all participating franchise locations will have their own local charities that they plan to donate to. But in the month of March, they do a Sub Above campaign where they donate a percentage of a sub that they sell to the charities that they're supporting. And then on March 26th, they have an annual day of giving where anybody that goes to those stores, they will go in and all profits go to the local charities that they partner with. So what I liked about Jersey Mike's is that they also do it on a local level. So they're choosing organizations that they support, that they want to be a part of, and I think that's extremely important. As we go through the webinar, we are going to talk about, what makes Lawn Doctor different when it comes to this. As we talk about some of these other companies that do cause marketing, obviously their products are a little bit different than, the services that we sell. But I think that it does provide a good opportunity for us as well to get involved in cause marketing. So we'll talk about that. Types of organizations to partner with. So you really want to pick a cause that you care about. You want it to be something that you care about. You might already participate with a local charity, a local organization. You may already donate to a select number of organizations, and if you have them in your local area, those are going to be the types of organizations that we should work with you to reach out to partner with. So you definitely want to start thinking about this. You want to think about what's in the area. So some examples are the local disease foundations. There's cancer research foundations. There's the Children's Hospital. A lot of the common diseases have foundations. If you look at like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, there's a ton that we can look at. If you have one that's big in your area, we should definitely look into that. I have some franchisees where right in their area is like the headquarters of Parkinson's Disease Foundation, and that would be a great organization that we can look at for that franchisee to see if it makes sense for them to form a partnership with them. Another is local sporting teams. That can be soccer clubs, baseball, little league, wrestling teams. Look at what is big in the area. So I know that there's some areas where football is really big in that state. So if that's the case, then we should look at the local football teams. If that's something that you as a new owner and a member of the community also have an interest in and is passionate about it. The only way that this program is really going to work is when you guys are truly involved and passionate about what we decide to partner with. And also, if you have children, look at what your children are involved in. We have franchisees that are partnering with local sports teams because their children are already a part of the organization. The coaches know the parents, so they are able to get together and come up with a plan that makes sense to support the sport and also be able to get word out that there's a new business in the area, the local owners have children that are on the team, and then be able to push out some marketing pieces through them. So there's a whole process to it that we'll work through franchisees with. Another example is community races. So a lot of areas have Relay for Life. There's 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. There's a lot of races that are popping up in local areas. So we can definitely look at the community races to see if there's a partnership there, who's hosting them. I know that sometimes the local EMS department or the fire department, the police department, they'll all get involved in the community, and sometimes they have the opportunities for businesses to do so as well. And we can look at those options and become partners and be able to support one another and push out marketing pieces through those types of races. And then local animals organizations, the ASPCA, animal shelters. I know there's a company, Tito's Vodka actually has a movement for vodka for dog people. That's their big movement that they do, and they partner with Emancipet, which basically provides health care to pets. So that's what them as an organization and the company are really passionate about, and that's what their partnership is. So it's very important that we really just get down to what it is you guys are passionate about, care about, and those should be what we look at first when forming partnerships. I wanted to share some cause marketing statistics with you. 33% of consumers are choosing to buy from brands they believe are doing social or environmental good. So that's really important. So you know, as a new business, knowing that consumers are looking at businesses that also support the community when making a buying decision is going to be really important to you. That could be what makes your local business stand out over one of the other local lawn care competitors in the area. They might see that, you know, you support the local hospital and therefore they want to partner with you and buy services from you because of that. So I think that's important. When choosing between two brands of equal quality and price, 90% of U.S. shoppers are likely to switch to a Cause branded product. So again, consumers are more likely to align themselves with a brand that cares. 70% of employees say they would be more loyal to a company that helps them contribute to important issues. Okay, I'm going to go on and talk about the steps to build a cause marketing program. Okay, so initially, the first step really to build a cause marketing program is that the franchisee is going to provide a lawn doctor with local programs, organizations, causes that they're interested in partnering with, so lawn doctor can do an initial outreach to see if a program can be built. So initially, off the bat, we would like you guys to provide us, which is me, Miranda, with some organizations, causes that you guys are passionate about. And from there on, I will take that information and I can do an initial outreach to see what type of program can be built. I'll reach out to the organization and see if they are open to having local businesses partner with them, support them, donate to them, as well as having a marketing relationship with them as well for our business. The local lawn doctor will then contact a local organization that we're going to partner with to build on that. So as a local owner, it's really important for you to get out there and be the face of your business. So I can do the initial outreach for you, and then I really want the local owners to get out there and build on that relationship. You're the one that's going to be there. You're the one from the community. So that makes the most sense. So once I feel that, you know, together there's a program there, then I think it's good for the owner to then kind of take the reins and help build it, and I'll take the back seat and kind of help you guys with the collateral and make sure everything is set, and then we can just build upon that. So then the next step is that the local lawn doctor provides main contact at the organization with marketing collateral. I'm going to show everybody some collateral that we have available for the cause program. But we definitely want to also think outside the box other than what I'm going to provide to you. There is, when you see the collateral, you'll see that they're mainly postcards and things like that. So I definitely want us to think outside the box when it comes to how else can we get our name out there. So if you're partnering with a local school athletic team, you know, can we go to the events and when people come through the door, leave a handout there? Is there access to an email address, addresses of, you know, everybody that supports the organization that we can email collateral out to, or can we be a part of a newsletter? So I definitely want us to have that mindset besides just the piece that we might be printing and handing out of how else can we get our name out there. You know, does the organization have events that we can participate at? We have some franchisees that have gone that route. So I think that it's important that we look at what all the opportunities that we might have are. the organization will then give the collateral to participants at the organization's events, parents, guardians of the children in the local sports programs, the school, etc. For every person that signs up with Lawn Doctor as a result of this cause marketing relationship, the Lawn Doctor business will donate an agreed upon amount to the local organization for every sign up. So that's something when the relationship begins that we should establish what that donation amount is, what you guys as a local business are comfortable donating for every successful sale that you get through this cause relationship, and then have a process for when to donate it. So it can be donated after the first service, after the second service. Sometimes we pretty much have it after the second service that we donate back to the organization. So, but we can work through that on a franchisee level with what everybody's comfortable with. So the Lawn Doctor cause marketing program for this year is really, it's flexible in what we sell and promote through the relationships that we make. So these are just some examples, especially the pricing. Everybody has different prices. Franchisees, you guys differ one from the other. So I just came up with examples just to give you guys visuals on the different types of programs that we can offer, and what the price points would be, what the donation amount would be, and then looking at the earnings as well. So one option we have is we could promote Core-Oration. It could be a one-time service. We could set a price point at $125 for 5,000 square feet, have a donation amount of $25 that goes back to the cause, leaving the franchisee with an earning of $100. What is great about it is that it establishes an initial relationship between you and the consumer. So you have your foot in the door, and it gives you the ability to upsell them additional services. It's really going to differ for everybody. It could be where selling the lawn maintainer program might not work because the price point maybe is too high. So then we want to look at Core-Oration. Maybe that would stick in the area that you are because people are more willing to buy just a one-time service. So we want to look at that and see, sort of what makes the most sense. And just so you know, this is something we're going to work through with you as we go through the year. If we feel like something's not working, we can switch and change to something else, sell something else, because everywhere is different. So we really don't know, exactly what's going to stick in your area, what consumers are going to be interested in. So all we can do is really just kind of build a program, get it out there, and then alter it as we see fit. But in the meantime, you guys will be building really strong relationships in the community, and I think that's very important. So, another example is the Yard Armor program. So if you're doing Yard Armor, you say you have 5 services, it's $60 a service, it's a $300 program. The donation amount is $50 for every Yard Armor sale. We factored in a $50 product cost, which was leaving you with a $200 for each Yard Armor program sale that you make. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll hide the audio. And the other option is promote lawn maintainer program. So if you want to sell the entire annual program, that is also another option that we have. So right off the bat, we have 3 different types of services that we can sell, and we'll figure out what works best for all. Okay, so let's look at some samples. So we have a Core-Oration sample. I wanted the pieces to speak to not only Lawn Doctor and what service we're trying to sell, but as well as the partnership that we're making, the donation amount that we're going to give back to the cause. These pieces will have the ability to be localized, so you'll be able to purchase them and then put in your cause name if you choose to. You can change the donation amount if you don't want to do $25, if you just want to do 10, if you want to do 50. That'll be customizable, as well as the phone number and the local URL. These are local organizations you're partnering with, so it's important that the pieces come off, that they're coming from a local standpoint as well, instead of from a Lawn Doctor national standpoint. The Yard Armor piece, it speaks to the Yard Armor program, but both pieces talk about bringing life back, breathing life back into your yard and your lawn, but also that Lawn Doctor is giving back, and this is how we're giving back, and to who and to whom. These postcards are we have 4 versions of this postcard as well, and the previous 2 that you saw are also a postcard. It's one-sided 4x6-inch postcard, and these are the same. These are two-sided 4x6 postcards, and there's these 3 options to choose from. And again, the information is customizable. You can insert the location, you can insert the donation amount, as well as the organization's name. And these are available for franchisees on Coretta. So go over to the online promotional store. So Coretta USA is a partner of Lawn Doctors that we have promo items, and the creative that you just seen will be available on Coretta. The two-sided postcard is already there. The only 2 pieces that are currently not up yet are the Coration piece and the Yard Armor piece. Those will be up by January. In the next 2 weeks, they'll be up on the site available for franchisees to order. If you haven't logged into Coretta yet, I can send this to everybody, but there's a URL, which you can see on the screen, that'll take you to the Coretta website. It's your Lawn Doctor email to log in, and then the password is a universal password. So once you log into your account, you want to change your password because everybody has the same one. If you have any issues accessing or logging in, certainly let me know. Special creative requests can be sent to me. There is a 2-week turnaround with our in-house designer for special creative requests. But sometimes we have franchisees that want something different. The organization they're partnering with wants their logo on a piece. So we do have the ability to do that. You would just send that information over to me. I wanted to bring on a franchisee that has done some cause marketing in his territory and has had some success with it. His name is Chris Fowler. He's a local Lawn Doctor of Harrison, Batesville, Northwest Cincinnati, and West Cincinnati. He's going to talk to you guys about his experience with his partnership with the local Little League baseball program. Chris, if you could just hang on 1 second, I'm going to go to the controls to see if I can unmute you. Let me see. I'm just going to jump out real quick.
The conference has been unmuted.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to just mute everybody again and unmute you, Chris.
The conference has been muted.
Chris, can you speak?
The conference has been unmuted.
Hello?
Chris, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I am here.
Everybody, okay. It's not letting me just unmute you. I don't know why.
The conference has been unmuted.
Usually you can just unmute one person.
The conference has been muted.
Yes. Okay, I'm just going to unmute everybody because
The conference has been unmuted.
Miranda, you just got to do it off his phone number, not his name.
Yeah, it's not. It keeps coming up to just mute him, and then when I do, it doesn't let me unmute him.
Okay, we can work through it afterwards.
Yeah, it's not. It won't let me do it. I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys are in an area where the background is loud, if you guys can just mute yourselves, so Chris doesn't have any background noise when he's speaking. I'm going to leave him unmuted, and then I'm going to pull the screen back up. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay, Chris, are you there?
This
Chris, are you
conference
there?
is being recorded.
Hey, Chris, are you there? Chris?
The conference has been unmuted.
Hello.
Chris, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
I am. All right. Well, thanks for allowing me.
All right, go ahead,
take
Chris. Sorry about that. I'm having technical difficulties right now.
It's all right.
Okay, you want to go ahead, Chris, and talk about your experience with Fury Baseball.
I'm pretty inept at technology myself sometimes, so I understand. So I did experiment with the cause marketing program, and part of it started when I was at the school, the home school. I think it was Jessica that touched on that, and it really sparked an interest for me. And I started thinking about it and thinking about different opportunities. But first, I think, and Miranda touched on this just a little bit, and that's the involvement in our community. You know, so many times we get into the motion of doing business, but we forget about the fact that a lot of the people in the communities where we live don't know us, don't know that we are even in business. They just don't have any concept of what's going on, and we think we're really, really busy. And so this is a great opportunity in my mind to let people know that you're in business. And so it gives that opportunity as well. But people want to do business with people that they know and trust. And so this also develops a large amount of credibility within those organizations that you're supporting. The other thing that I have found, in the 2 years since that homeschool is I am getting more and more phone calls from organizations. Hey, will you donate to this? Will you donate? And so this gives us an opportunity as well as a business owner to say no in a certain way. If they want to me to donate to their cause, then they have to help me too, and that's to develop my business. And so a lot of times we have to be prepared and ready and say, hey, yeah, I'll donate, but here's how I'd like to do it. And I think this gives us that platform. And I think the opportunities are kind of endless. There's all kinds of different things. Just yesterday on Facebook, I saw an insurance company that I do business with promoting a cause marketing situation where they are paying $25 for a lead to help support a local women's shelter. And so it kind of hits on what Miranda was talking about. But the biggest issue for me is timing. That was the thing that I learned the hard way, is I wanted to do this cause marketing. And I'm thinking, okay, all I got to do is put together this postcard and get it to that organization, then I'm done. And what I didn't realize is I didn't do it soon enough, because that local organization also has to have a meeting where they hand out and explain this to the parents of the children and things like that are actually going to be handing out the postcards or mailing them out or whatever. And so that takes time, and it got into where we were just a little bit too late almost going to market with the cause marketing program last year. And what I ended up doing was doing one with a place called Fury Baseball. And if you want to go to that next slide, Miranda, that'd be awesome. But so I created this card with a local company, and what we wanted to do is give it to the kids, because I don't like the idea of the kids going out selling stuff for fundraisers. But if they're just handing out to their neighbors, their relatives, their friends, their mom and dad's friends, their mom and dad can help participate because they can take it to work with them and hand it out to their coworkers and stuff like that. And they find out that there's this business out there that they can take the benefit from, like Lawn Doctor, and have their lawn treated, and also at the same time support that local Fury baseball program, and they get a discount. And this is kind of the way we set it up. And I wish we would have went to market with it a lot sooner in the time period, because we were doing this in, right after the first of the year, and it got a little bit late. But just some of the results from it, we got 3 referrals out of this. Actually, we had 6 leads that came from it, and we got 4 sales. And the 2 that we didn't get, part of it was they had no idea how much lawn care cost, and when they found out, they were like, I think I'll just make a donation to Fury Baseball. And so that's the risk that you take, and depending upon what thing you're trying to market through it can be a determining factor. But I also got 3 referrals from people that did take or participate in the Cause Marketing Program. So all in all, I had spent about $675 on the Cause Marketing, and there was $200 on printing, $100 on discounts, $300 on the contributions to the cause, $75 on referral fees, and then the sales to date is $3,748.14. And so basically I got 9 leads, and that means $75 cost per lead and a 78% close rate, or 96% cost per sale. And the thing that you can take from this is this program is going to produce one of your highest closing rates, and you're going to close almost every time unless you don't have the program quite right to begin with. And so that's the other thing. And then the other thing that I just touch on is be creative. I'm thinking about next year's, not this upcoming year, but the next year's Cause Marketing Program. And what I'm planning on doing is I'd like to make baseball cards with their team photo on it that they can hand out, and then on the back it has the offer or the what's going to happen on it. But that way these kids, it's just a baseball card size. They can hand it out to all their, and at the same time they can maybe do something like autograph it for whoever they're handing it to. These kids want to be, recognized for what they're doing in baseball, but at the same time they're trying to raise money for their team and stuff. And so that's kind of what we did with it. And, the success rate, I think it's going to be a much more successful program this year because the Fury Baseball got the cards out back in November. And so we'll start seeing most of these people sending these cards back in or calling me in the next month or so. And instead of the year previous, they already had their lawn care lined up for the year when they got the cards. And that's the timing issue. But that's what I've got on it, and I think there's lots of opportunities. I think it's a great program.
Great. Thank you, Chris, so much for sharing your experience with everybody.
You're welcome.
I'm going to open it up for questions. Does anybody have any questions for me, for any of the points that I talked about, for Chris, on anything that he spoke about or the process that he went through? Does anyone have any questions?
I had a question, Miranda.
Okay. Who is this?
This is Manoj.
Hi, Manoj.
Hey, I have a question. I think Jessica knows, but I'll reiterate. I have a daughter who's 9 years old, and she's an avid golfer. And we do a lot of tournaments, per se, for the U.S. kids. And a lot of it is where it's parent-driven involvement with the kids and so on. So I'll go to like local tournaments with my daughter, play golf and so on. And you get to know the parents per se every time you go to different tournaments and so on. In some ways, it's good in cause marketing in that aspect of it as a local organization. So, but the thing is with this is that the tournaments are throughout the Atlanta area. So I might be in the franchise owner in Peachtree City, but there's involvement in, say, Alpharetta. How do we get involvement with multiple franchise owners as opposed to just one, just instead of me being that involved? Do you follow me, Miranda?
Yeah, no, I follow. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely look into that. I mean, so basically, if you want to join an organization where you're going to push out marketing materials that are going to go beyond your territory, it would either be, we have fine print, so if we don't partner with any other franchisees, we have fine print where it's, just participating franchisees, but only participating locations, therefore, it won't apply to other businesses if they're not participating in the program. If you want them to participate in the program, if you know that it's going to go to Alpharetta or other parts of the area, then I think we just connect with, I can connect with you and whoever those other local owners are and see if it's something they're interested in. If it's something they're interested in, then we can put together a piece that we want to push out, and we can look at the cost aspect. It's similar to what we do with local events. Sometimes we do local events where leads are going to trickle in from a lot of other areas, so we partner with those other local franchisees, and we share costs and we work on the piece together. So I think we can do that. I think we can look into that for you, Manoj. I can have a separate call with you where we can determine what other franchisees that might be, and let them know sort of what we're thinking, what the organization is, and then see if they would be interested in doing a partnership with you. If not, then you can still do it, and it would just be, with fine print.
Affecting money. Okay. Because another thing is also the golf aspect of it also, but I'm Hindu too, so I go to one of the temples near Atlanta area, but that temple focuses on the whole Atlanta area, and they have about anywhere from, I would say, 8,000 to 10,000 people involved in the organization. So you have that many people coming from the whole Atlanta metropolitan area as opposed to a 4 zip code area or a 5 zip code area. So we're going to have overlapping clients in different sections of Atlanta. So that's why I was getting at, okay, if I can partnership with some, local franchisee owners, that'll be great, because then I can be the lead person saying, hey, I know I may not be servicing your area if you live in, say, Norcross or Alpharetta, but I do know whoever handles those territories. I can refer to them, and they have a similar program if you are interested in it.
Yeah, and I think that's the approach that we can take, is to find out if they have an interest in partnering with you for the cause program. They may do other ones on their own already. So, all we can do is reach out and ask them, and then if not, then I think it's still something, as long as the cost wouldn't become extremely high for you to put out materials where you might get a lot of out-of-territory leads. That's what I would want to look at, to make sure that we didn't do a program where it cost you a high amount of money and then you didn't get the return on it. So I think that's what we would look at. But I think we just reach out to them and see if there's a partnership there, and then if not, then we still consider doing it just for you. And then we just get specific on your marketing piece we can list the zip codes to make it specific, to know that, you own this part of the area, so you can't service everybody. And then if you get leads for surrounding, franchisees, you can always pass them to them. That's what other franchisees do. say, attend an event or something and they get out-of-territory leads that are owned by somebody else. So we can work through that with you for sure.
Sure, that'd be great. Thank you.
Has there been any thought towards giving the incentive, instead of $25 off to the customer and $50 to the cause? Has there been any thought of giving $25 to the baseball player or the person in order to give them more incentive to go out and sell?
Chris, I don't know I'm not sure if you touched on that,
Well,
about how your program works, because that sort of answers that question. Chris did partner where it helped the kids individually. Chris, if you want to just touch on that real quick.
Yeah, and so what the idea of a cause marketing is that we're actually helping the cause rather than the individual. And that's first. And second, the kids are going to do it because they have to. Most of those kids in those situations, and in particular the Fury Baseball, they have to raise $600 a year or come out of their own pocket to be a participant in the Fury Baseball program. So what happens is this money then goes to Fury Baseball in that person's name. And if you look at that one slide, it says, for the benefit of your favorite Fury Baseball player. And the kid signs his name on it. If you go back to that slide, I think it's second to last one, Miranda. I don't know if you can go back or not.
Yeah.
I recall it, yeah.
See that? And so at the top there, it says, for the benefit of your favorite Fury Baseball player. And then they enter their name below, or the person that wants to participate does. And when that went to Fury Baseball, then Fury Baseball knew that was for Jimmy Joe Williams, or whatever his name was. And he's in the 14U league, and so that went to his $600 that he had to raise. And that's what this cause was for that, and the baseball program in general, because they also, as a program, have to buy baseball bats, equipment every year, and each cause is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Has there been any success in going to public school districts and getting them to do it, or do they shy away from supporting a certain group or business?
I know of
So
people that have.
Go ahead, Chris.
I know of people that have went to the high school band. The band is always looking for ways to raise money for their trips and stuff like that, and it's something that I'm actually considering as an additional cause marketing program for next year. It's too late in the year for this year, but certainly something that I wouldn't rule out anything when it comes to it. The big thing is sitting down with the person that is responsible for that cause and trying to work out something that's going to be mutually benefit for both of you. And generally, it's going to happen. They're going to make it happen because they're constantly looking for ways to raise money. And if they can factor in a safety factor, because this really is a safe way for kids to go out there and raise money for whatever cause that they're doing. They don't have to knock on doors and sell something door to door. They can hand it out. They can hand it to, 3 or 4 cards to somebody they know, like a grandpa or grandma, and say, hey, can you give this to, a couple of their neighbors? And they'll do it for them. So you can really explode this thing. Depends on how you sell it to the person that's in charge of the cause.
Yeah, and we've had franchisees that have partnered with the school music programs. We've had some that have partnered with, the drama program. Just like Chris said, a lot of these programs are looking for donations to be able to, whether it's sports, buy new uniforms, or be able to go to, a national competition type thing, or be able to buy props for their school plays and things like that. So they are looking for people to help and be able to donate. So, a lot of times people think about cause marketing, they will think right off the bat, children's hospitals and, breast cancer awareness and things like that, which are extremely important too. But look at what's in your area and what you already might be a part of or interested in, and I think that's sort of how you guys want to like target in on which makes the most sense, and find the right cause that fits for you. We do have, Homer, I know you're on the call, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know, like, your cause program, your relationship is a little more different than, a local sports team or a club. I don't know if you want to talk at all about your experience that you've had, but I think it's a great relationship that you built so far. And Homer he's in Lafayette, and he has a partnership with the symphony in his area, which is a big symphony.
Yeah, we have a 200-plus member symphony organization that are constantly doing fundraisers, and one of which they call Wino, of course, being in Cajun country. Wino is spelled Wineaux. And it's a big event with a lot of vendors. I've set up a booth, and ultimately for everyone that comes by and signs up for me to go and do an evaluation for our lawn maintainer program, if they sign up after the second payment, then I will donate $75 towards the symphony. At that one event, I had about 17 people sign up. And then they did a second similar event at a brand new development with a fundraiser for the symphony. And there I picked up 7 more. So I've got about 23, 24 people that have signed up to do lawn evaluations and make a decision at the evaluation based on the size of the yard, what the pricing will be. But I feel confident that I'll get anywhere from 80 to 90% once the evaluations are done.
Yeah, it's been great, I think, Homer, and the contact that Homer works with. I mean, she's really great, and whenever I see an opportunity with her, we want to try and get his name and the program out there again. They had just sent the newsletter out, and I asked if they can put in the newsletter about the program, which she was able to do. Any partnerships you guys make that have websites, let's try and get our logo on there that you're a supporter, and link to your local webpage. That's not only going to help the actual strength of your site, but it's also another way to just get the brand out there. Brand awareness is really important, and that you guys are supporters of the community, and they support you and you support them.
And I was thinking more also on the lines of targeting people who potentially would be in the income levels of the potential clients that I'm shooting for. So whether it was the theater, also the symphony people that I truly felt that would be in an income level to enjoy a good clean yard and a good weed-free yard also, and could afford it.
Yep. No, that's been great. I'm looking forward, Homer, for you to follow up with me on those 23.
All right.
Does anyone else have any questions? Any more questions on the just cause marketing in general, on the pieces, on the types of programs that you guys would sell, or partnerships you would make?
Hey, Miranda.
Yep.
Hi, it's Jess.
Hi.
So my question is, what is the next step for the guys and gals who are interested in kind of getting this program moving?
So the next step is for me to help them. So I'm going to reach out to everyone that was on the call today, and all the new franchisees that we have that are opening their business this year. And I'm going to reach out to you guys just for an initial discussion where we can just nail down what those organizations might be. I think off the bat we just go with, one or two, and I reach out to those two and see what what program we might be able to build. So I think, after this call, I'm going to email everybody. And then if you guys would just be able to send me some of those organizations that you are interested in, I will then reach out to them to see. So, like, I know, Manoj, you mentioned the golf tournament, and we have a little bit something more to discuss with you regarding other franchisees. But I do the initial outreach, and then once that partnership is there, or if they want to talk directly to you, then I'll pass it on to the franchisee. So I think really the next step is just for me to connect with each of you one-on-one to get those local causes, and then I'll do that initial outreach for you to see if we can get a program started. Does that work for everybody? Jess, did you have a second part to that question?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions before I just kind of wrap up the webinar today? Okay. Okay. Well, in summary, so it's really important. So at the end of the day, this is really important. As we head into spring season, I really want you guys to understand the importance and the value that this program can bring to your new business. It's not going to be a one-size-fits-all. We're going to work with each one of you. What might work for, Homer in Louisiana and Chris in Ohio might not work for, Manoj in Georgia. So we need to figure out what is going to work, and that's just going to go, and all we can do is just try. So, I'll meet with each one of you. We'll get out we'll get some organizations in mind, and then we can figure out when makes sense for everybody. And that goes off of what Chris said on timing. So timing really is important. We need to allow time for the partnership to be built and then to be able to produce the materials to then actually get them into the hands of the cause. And that must align with the service that you're selling. So if we're going to do a sports league that starts in the summer, and you do Yard Armor, then we should consider pushing the Yard Armor program. If you're in the fall, if you're doing core rations in the fall, and we're getting the materials out in the fall, then that makes sense. We really want to make sure that we time this appropriately. We can sell a maintainer program as we kick off the season. If the partnership's going well and we want to switch to Yard Armor, we can go ahead and do that. And then we can switch again as we head into the fall, and if you're doing fall services. So as we build those partnerships, we can really establish the timing and what service we should do based on when we think those pieces will get out. And that we're here to help. So like I already mentioned, I'll reach out to everybody one-on-one to discuss your cause plans for 2018. And also, M-Level is our gamification platform. I think you guys all already have access to that. If not, Maria can help you with it. There is a cause marketing game that will be opening on Monday the 15th at 9 a.m. for you guys to log in and play. And again, Chris, I just want to thank you too again for getting on here with us and sharing your experience. I want to apologize to everybody for the technological issues that I was having, and for you guys seeing that audio bar. I did not realize you could see it. For some reason, I thought that was only on my side. So I want to apologize for some of those little errors I had. But with that, I don't have anything else. If nobody has any other questions, then I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to come on here today and listen to me talk about cause marketing. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks. Are you on, Jess? Hello?